Alrighty. Hold on. Alrighty. What in the world are they doing in there? Hold on. Alright. Oh yeah, we're gonna go over that also. Here, let me take a picture of that, because I might not be able to find it on here. Alright, there we go. Take a picture of Fox News thing, so we could go over what they were talking about the virus also. Apparently, oh, there you go. Apparently Facebook Live kept on doing that glitch thing. Alright, 3, 2, oh, we don't want to do that yet. We don't want to start the live yet because we're not even put on public. So we'd be streaming to nobody on Facebook. Alrighty, back to another breaking news. That sounds so weird, don't it? We're about to get started in a few seconds. Alrighty. So, Fox News posted 3 hours ago. And now, talking about the norovirus and stuff, that virus has been around for a while. So, we may see cases that will go up because people are getting it. But I'm just not going to really go over that unless if it gets too bad. And about the aliens thing, as they post, apparently we're not even going to go over that more because we've already went over it. And bro, welcome in. How you doing? All right, let's look up what Fox News posted 3 hours ago and make sure this is right. It says Justin, one Hantavirus cruise ship passenger being treated in Atlanta is now officially showing symptoms after the deadly outbreak on board. The other passenger being treated at the University Hospital is not yet showing any symptoms and is being monitored for hantavirus as close contact with others. So, which we got that part out the way, thank God. We were so close to not going live today, because I thought everything was going to clear up. I thought really, please tell, I don't know what you're saying, man. Sub, thank you very much. Alright guys, let me show y'all this picture real quick. Hopefully y'all guys can see it. See the people carrying out the patient. They put them in a suit or kind of thing, you could kind of say. So that's actually crazy. And Facebook, I'll show y'all guys too. You see the patient right there in the wheelchair. You see the people. But yeah, that's actually crazy, ain't it, guys? Alright, as y'all know, me as a Fortnite player, and I love gaming and stuff, but we've been on to this hantavirus case for a while. Excuse me. This was 60 minutes ago. The latest on the hantavirus outbreak. This is about the news and stuff, what they posted or whatever. They're still saying that the hantavirus outbreak, that it may spread and stuff, but it's very low. If you are saying it is very low to the public, then why is it spreading crazy? This just makes no sense. Yeah, it literally says right here, the U.S. health officials, hantavirus risk to Americans very low. Health officials held a press conference. Around 18 Americans were flown to Nebraska and Georgia from the MV Honda's cruise ship, where one American tested positive for hantavirus. Authorities stressed what does that say? Authorities stressed that the risk to the public is very low, very, very low apparently. Currently, more than 90 passengers of the MV Hondas ship docked into Spain's Canary Islands are being repatriated to their home countries. So, all right, thank you, man. Alrighty. So on the other hand, we will be watching the videos also about what the news. Let me pull it up right now on here. Y'all will be hearing the audio, but I wish I could show y'all pictures, but I can't show y'all any videos on my live because therefore I will get copyrighted even with music. I understand music, but the videos, so weird. So let me go to the scheduled news for today. But before I want to get everything out the way on the phone thing, so we'll also Trump said something again about the Hantavirus. So we'll go over that. Let's, if I can find the video, which I should be, because they already posted everything for me up here for me to go over. So I'm not alone on this. I got other people helping me with this also. So they're giving me everything that I may need to go over with. All right. All right, let's see. All right, this is 2 minutes. It's about time that he posted something that's long instead of a little tiny speech.
What do you think about the handling of the hantavirus by the US?
I think fine.
Do you regret withdrawing from the WHO?
No, I'm glad. So we were paying the World Health Organization $500 million a year. Look, it's a lot of money, but in the overall scope, it's not that much, but it's a lot of money. And we weren't being treated well, and they were making the wrong diagnoses. I was the one that said it came from Wuhan. They didn't say that. They refused to say that because they were totally owned by China. So I was saying it came from Wuhan. They didn't want to say that. Now it's turned out, I think it's been conclusive that it came from Wuhan. But I said that on the first day because I saw satellite pictures with body bags all over Wuhan, literally all over Wuhan. So I said that they lied to me or they didn't know. So we were paying for, let's say, 350 million people.
Okay.
We were paying $500 million a year to the World Health Organization. That's a lot of money. What the hell are they going to do with that kind of money? And China was paying $39 million a year for 1.4 billion people. So I said, you know, you got your story wrong because we should be paying about $10 million, not $500 million. And they were willing to negotiate, but it was so popular when I pulled out. They gave us all wrong information. On COVID, they were totally wrong. And I looked today and I saw the same doctor that was there. He's a good politician. I don't know how the hell he kept his job, but he was there telling us about this. Now, the one thing with this one is that it's much.
Right. Bro, this internet actually sucks. What are they doing to our internet again? Freezes up every single freaking time. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure everything's working. Freezes up every single freaking. All right, we should be good now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with our internet. It always does that. Like I said, it kind of seemed like that Trump's been paying attention. It seems like everything what he's saying is right about this virus, but it kind of seems like that they're just telling him information, right? Or he's just been watching the videos, which is fine. But another thing is, it is harder to spread. It is not harder to spread. I hate when they say that crap. It is harder to spread. If it's really hard to spread, it's only going to spread on that ship. It's not going to spread like to every single body, right? It's really not. But we'll find out. We'll find out in the States later on if it starts to spread to more people in the States that were not even on that cruise ship, or well, obviously the person who are sick, they have to come in contact with other people. But if that's the way they get sick, then therefore it's not hard to spread. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm very familiar with it, so I hope it's fine. All I can do is everything that a president can do, which is actually somewhat limited. But it seems like it is not easy to spread. In fact, it's in certain ways very hard to spread. We've lived with it for years, many years, and we think we're in very good shape. We're very careful. And Nebraska has done a fantastic job. They have a place there that those doctors are unbelievable. The job they do.
Support journalism you trust.
All right, so we got rid of that, so we're good. All right. Another thing is, another thing that I'm kind of worried about the most is, which is not good news, is that some people are already testing positive of this virus, which obviously we're going to see that in a lot of cases here. But that's okay. If we do see more updates and stuff, that's fine. But as long if it's not spreading like to the point where it's out of control, as some people would say, then that's all that matters. Excuse me. What does this say?
Trio, the #1 tower fan brand in the U.S. 3 years in a row. Turbo Cool Ultra Mist technology delivers faster, strong.
Hold on, guys. Alrighty, now since we're good to go. Alright, we watched Trump and what he was saying. This was 5 hours ago. U.S. health officials, Hantavirus risk to Americans very low. Which they said the same thing about COVID too. This was 5 hours ago. While the phone keeps hitting the phone. Officials strong plan in place as hantavirus risk very low. Okay. Which I would say it is very low, yes. But they keep saying it's not going to spread like that and this and this and this. Obviously it's going to spread. Alright, what does it say? Hantavirus cruise ship passengers remain. Okay. So it kind of seems like even though if they show symptoms, they're going to be quarantined or some are going to just go home. We hope you appreciate this article before you close this tab. And once we add, no, I'm not good on that. In the first presidential day, Donald Trump called journalists an enemy in his second term. I'm not going to read all that. That's not my business. My business is just to stay on, see what happens with this virus. That's all what matters for today. I'm not worried about the other stuff. 5 hours ago. This is exactly what we needed. Let's hear this if possible.
Staying on hantavirus, acting CDC Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya explains how this virus differs from COVID. Watch.
You're not going to spread it just the way COVID spreads. You have to be in close contact with them. That's a real important message to get across, Rachel. This is, again, not like COVID. And the CDC has been working very closely with our international partners, our state and local partners. We've handled outbreaks like this before. I think in 2018, there was an outbreak in the United States.
Yeah, and there was also an outbreak back in, 2020? COVID? And guess what, y'all couldn't even do nothing? So is that the one you're talking about? 2018? What are we talking about, dude? Anyways, I've already studied all that. But a lot of teachers, even at the school and stuff, at my school, they continue to say that this virus is not going to spread, it's not going to be COVID-19. Like, how do you know that, dude? I can't stand teachers who are saying this. Because they don't know. All what they're doing is watching the news, same as I'm doing. I'm just studying it more and paying attention to the news videos and stuff. Honestly, do I think this is going to be a pandemic? I don't think so. I can't say no or yes. But will it spread? Yes, obviously. But this virus could be a virus kind of like the flu and other stuff. And look at what COVID is now. It's not even a big thing anymore like it used to be.
My message to the American people is, please don't worry. This is not one of those things like COVID where there's 15 different alarm bells. And the CDC team that is tracking this is absolutely amazing. We've been working with the partners across the government.
Dr. Mark Siegel joins me now. So, Doctor, how does this spread? If it's not, it's good to know that it's not airborne spreading like COVID was, but how does it spread?
Well, first of all, I want to clarify some things about
Sure.
this. This is the Andes strain, which is being found in Argentina. It's moving north toward the center of Argentina, so we saw cases last year in and around Buenos Aires. And the idea with this is it's almost always spread from rodent to human via droppings, via saliva, via urine, but occasionally 1 out of 100 times it can go human to human, which is why most of what we're seeing right now is fear. Because remember, you had a ship that was floating around for a month with some passengers who had it, and it's very close quarters, like a petri dish. I don't know why they didn't actually disembark some of these people rather than leave them there where they were more at risk, but it's still a very small number of cases. I also want to point out, David, that when you see that someone may be testing positive, mild test, we're not sure, the follow-up test is negative. The World Health Organization told me today they think that that patient may end up being negative, because if you're exposed to the hantavirus, you may never get enough inoculum to get sick, but maybe to turn a test positive for a short amount of time. One more point. Jonathan Siri just reported on Nebraska and Emory, and people are going to be confused at these two names. Let me tell you what it is. There's 3 quarantine centers in the United States. Nebraska is fantastic. I spent a lot of time there during COVID. Emory has one too, and Bellevue Hospital at NYU has one. They're in constant communication with each other. They are really terrific, and they're doing this out of an abundance of caution.
Excellent. Excellent points. Very good information. And Doctor, I wanted to leave time just to mention your book, which is just fantastic. You got to get the book on miracles, folks. I think we have, oh, there it is down there. The Miracles Among Us by Dr. Mark Siegel. It is really a heartwarming book and a wonderful mix of faith and medicine. Dr. Siegel, great to see you again. Thanks so much.
Great to see you, David.
Alrighty, so we got done with that. That's a video that I wanted to kind of hear also on stream. Alrighty, we'll watch the video in a second. Americans exposed to hantavirus on cruise ship arrive in United States. 18 passengers who were aboard MV Honda's, a cruise ship with a deadly Honda's outbreak, landed in Omaha, or however you say it, on a U.S. government medical flight. The passengers were being monitored at medical faculties in Nebraska. And some girls at my school, which I'm not gonna name names, which I kind of forgot the names actually. Just think about it. They were talking about a virus that was going on a train or something like that. That's called the Hantavirus. Guys, don't mistake this Hantavirus on anything else. It only happened on the freaking cruise ship. It didn't happen on a train. Didn't happen on a plane. Plane. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. It happened on the freaking Honda's cruise ship. So that's all I gotta say for them. Alright, I'll try you guys kind of watch this with me too. Beacon, welcome in. How you doing, sir? Hold on. Alright. So is the is the hantavirus actually getting bad too? Everyone's question, is it getting bad? So far, I don't think it's like getting too bad, but we're still gonna keep a good eyes on it just in case. So about this weekend, I will be playing Fortnite again this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So that's good news. We're back at that again. So that's real good news for everyone who's over to YouTube. But we'll be doing 2 streams on Friday and Saturday. If I feel like we need to do a Hantavirus stream again, then we will do 2 streams. We'll do talking about the virus and then play Fortnite later on Friday and Saturday. So that's good news. That's real good news. And I think tomorrow, I may be playing Fortnite. It depends. So there's probably about a 65 chance maybe tomorrow night. Or I'll probably stream probably about 5 all the way to probably 12 a.m. Maybe that's just it. Maybe. So yeah. So Fortnite is back. I just won't be saving the streams at all. Because I want to stream separate from the Fortnite streams. So I mean, you can still like the stream, but I'm just not gonna like post. Well, I'll have it private, but I won't post the stream at all. So, but I'll post that in the near future. Just 37 minutes ago. Let's see what this says. So if you're happy about Fortnite, heck yeah, let's get it started pretty soon again. I'm ready to shoot people out of the skies. Alright, American cruise passenger tested positive for Hantavirus live updates. That's true. I went to my uncle's funeral. My mom cried a tiny bit. Oh, dang. Dang, man. Hope everything goes well, man. For y'all. May God be with y'all. Yep, times are getting rough, man. Trust me. Times are getting rough so far. Alright. American Hantavirus cruise passengers flown to quarantine center after positive test. 2 of the passengers are transported and evacuation units, while a woman in France also test positive. Alright, read that. So we don't got too much going on, but there are some things that I still wanna multiple country Hantavirus cluster. Yeah, honestly. There's not too much, but there's more videos that I wanted to kind of watch on here. So yeah. What is this?
Vital, exciting place it is.
I don't even know what they're talking on that news. Alright, so we went over Trump of what his speech was on that. That was 3 days ago, 5 hours ago. This is 9 minutes long, but we won't watch all of it. Well, actually, never mind. We're gonna watch this 2-minute, 20-second one. Overnight passengers evacuate from cruise ship. This is 1 day ago, actually. Fox News.
Passengers disembarking overnight from the cruise ship linked to a deadly hantavirus outbreak after arriving off the coast of the Canary Islands.
At least 17 Americans are among those that are being evacuated as officials race to keep the virus contained.
Chanley Painter here with the latest. Chanley.
Hey, good morning. So the 140 passengers on board the hantavirus-plagued MV Hondias are now disembarking in groups by nationality via small boats of up to 10 people. This after the cruise ship arrived in the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa a few hours ago. The World Health Organization is reassuring people on the island that there's no risk to the public, and Spanish health officials say the passengers all remain asymptomatic. While none of the current passengers have tested positive for the hantavirus, the outbreak did earlier kill 3 people on board, while several others tested positive. So now the remaining passengers and crew are leaving the ship after undergoing health screenings, and once off the ship, they will be bused to the airport for flights to their home.
That's not good. Alright, Beacon, if you're still in here, message me on Snapchat, because I'm going to tell you something after this live, alright? So I'm just going to just text me, just say hey on Snapchat, and I'll answer after this live. Because I got to tell you something, too.
Country.
This is, again, not like COVID. We've handled outbreaks like this before. I think in 2018, there was an outbreak in the United States. My message to the American people is, please don't worry.
This is, again, a dynamic type of situation, and the goal is for all of the repatriation flights to take place on Sunday and Monday. We do know that there's a weather system that's coming in, and I think they want to do all of the repatriation before that comes through.
17 Americans on the ship will now be flown to Nebraska, where they will be monitored by a CDC team. And currently 6 states are monitoring cruise passengers who previously disembarked the ship. And the outbreak of the rodent-borne illness sparked global concern over a possible wider spread when the weeks-long Atlantic cruise spiraled into a nightmare after it departed Argentina in March. Authorities say an elderly Dutch couple carried the rare Andes strain of the virus after contracting it in Argentina last month while visiting a landfill overrun with trash, known for a pilgrimage point for bird watchers. Guys, back to you.
All right. So another thing that I want to talk about, and I had to sit down because my legs are hurting. So Facebook, let me put your towards that way. That might be good. All right. So another thing that I want to kind of talk to y'all guys about. Let me set my controller right there. Another thing what I wanted to talk about is about this virus, on the point of why I'm no longer talking about the norovirus much. The true reason why I'm not talking about the norovirus much is because, number one, the virus been around, but apparently this hantavirus has not actually spreaded excuse me, to person like this before, apparently, as they say. But on the other hand, the norovirus has honestly been here before. But the fact is, the reason why I'm not talking about the norovirus anymore is because that since that's always been a virus, obviously we're gonna see it to spread over and over and over. But the Honda's virus, I always see people and say that we're not gonna go in quarantine, this and this and this. They don't know, I don't even know. So that's why I'm always saying I don't know. The only thing I am positive about is that many more people are gonna get it. Right? People who are in the United States, some of them has actually tested positive. And also in other countries too, like in California. California, we have a couple people that are being monitored also. But if you look at this about the norovirus is different. All right, that was on like the Disney ship or whatever. There were so many people there. So honestly, God knows how many sick people there are going to be. It could be any sickness on that cruise ship. We got the flu, COVID, the norovirus, any virus on our ship. So I'm not really going to pay attention to that unless if it gets much. I guess. Thank you for the likes on Facebook. But I'm gonna say this: the Honda's virus, I'm gonna pay attention to more. But personally, I don't really think we will go on lockdown. In my opinion, I can't say yes or no. I'm just gonna say, in my opinion, I don't think so. The reason why I don't think so is because when you look at COVID was spreading different, right? It started in one place and it went up super faster, and so we're like, okay, we need to shut things down before it spreads up like crazy. This is what they're doing. This is what they're saying. The Honda's virus is very, how should I put it? Very low to the public. There we go. That's my words. It's very low. Like Trump was talking about, that the fact is that it's very low, and that's completely fine. But COVID, it also started as very low, and then it spread up way quicker. But the Honda's virus has worse symptoms than COVID. So, but if this virus starts to spread up as COVID did, then we'll be in a bigger situation. So let's look at the Hantavirus map real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all guys also a little bit. So let me put it up here. I got my own personal map that other people are helping me. I'm not alone on this. I got other people that are literally scheduling things, what I should say in my live, and what other things. So Facebook, if y'all could kind of see that right there a little bit. Hopefully y'all guys can see the map. The words may look upside down because that's just the way the live is, and on YouTube also. Right there. So, visualizing the Hantavirus cruise outbreak maps. So we got Canada. All right, we got US. We got Ireland, UK, Netherlands, France, Spain, Turkey, and Canary Islands. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 countries that we're monitoring people. And also US is also having some people are having symptoms. Cure for it? Oh, good question. There's no cure for the Hantavirus whatsoever. The only thing you could take is Advil, Tylenol, other things to keep the temperature down. But at the moment, they're trying their best to have a cure for it. But at the moment, there are none. So yeah. Alrighty. But yes, there are no cure for the Hantavirus at the moment. Alright, this was 2 days ago. Do y'all see where the yellow is on Facebook? Hold on. That's where how it's spreading just like that. And monitoring. This was 2 days ago how it's spreading and stuff. Alright, that was Texas, Arizona, California, Georgia, and Virginia. So And now look at the bluish. That's where it's spreading now. Do you see how it's more? Y'all see just like that how it's more now? How it looks so much different? So yeah, the yellowish, like I said, the yellowish, obviously it covers the whole map. The blue is worse for me. Alright, even though it's a whole different color. But you kind of see, hold on, make sure this is good. You gotta see right there how it just lines up through. But that's completely fine, I guess, for now. But they're not really posting maps as much, which that's okay. They're mainly posting videos and stuff. Let's see. Map shows which states are monitoring the hantavirus. Excuse me. And it's called the Handy's Hantavirus. So it's not actually just a hantavirus, it's the Handy's. And what that means, it's basically saying that it is going to spread people to people to people, just like that. So yeah. Alright, more than a half dozen U.S. states are monitoring individuals who have either been exposed of symptoms of hantavirus, the disease at the center of a deadly cruise ship outbreak. Alrighty, yeah, and there's a lot of American passengers who are now quarantined in Nebraska. So yeah. So there's people quarantined and people even with the hantavirus, they're not showing symptoms that have been near people. The fact is they're going home. Or they're getting on other boats and also planes also. So which is still not good. Hold on, let me look up this real quick. Or you can also call it the Horflow hantavirus. So yeah, and the symptoms are staying the same so far. So that's about it. Let's see. See if there's anything else. Oh, there's a 13 minutes to go. Let's see. Alright, 16 passengers, including one who tested positive, are in Nebraska, while 2 more are at Atlanta's and Moore University. Okay, so that's new. That's what we needed before I got off here. I'm about to get off here just a few minutes. Give like 6 or 7 minutes. Shouldn't have said that. That's fine. Before I get off though, like I said, oh, by the way, I don't know who's keeping up with the Walking Dead series on my channel, but I do recommend doing that unless you don't like the Walking Dead, that's fine. But like I said, that's the only videos that I'm posting. I'm live streaming Fortnite Friday and Saturday this weekend, but I am not streaming, I am playing the Walking Dead off live and stuff and just making videos of it. So far that's going really good, thank God. So that's what I need. I love The Walking Dead, and I love playing the game, and we're gonna keep on going with the videos on that. Alrighty. One passenger is from New York City, while the other 2 are residents of Orange County and Westchester County. The governor said she doesn't know whenever those individuals will return to New York to quarantine. Oof. 42-day monitoring period. So anyone who is on quarantine, there's a chance that they will be quarantined up to 42 days. So yeah, you probably won't see any streamers who are streaming about this virus like me, who's trying to keep everything and reading everything from the news like this. It's because I'm trying to get content also and live on this, because I think it's just the best thing for me at this moment. The last remaining passengers on a cruise ship hit by deadly hantavirus outbreak just embarked Monday. Boarded flights to more than 20 countries to enter quarantine. A French woman was the latest to be confirmed as infected. One American is suspected of infection after testing. Passengers began flying home aboard military and government planes Sunday after the MV Hondas in the Canary Islands. Personal and full body protective gear and breathing mask escorted the travelers from ship to shore and intensify an effort that included Monday. If they stayed longer on the ship, the situation could have been difficult. If they stayed longer on the ship, it could be difficult. Well, now it's spreading like crazy. That said Tedros, Director General of the World Health Organization, he said. Of course, ads on here. That's crazy news. Well, that's fine. Well, actually, no. He said citizens of the countries passengers are returning to should know there is nothing to fear of. The risk is low. This is not another COVID-19 or COVID pandemic, or like the COVID pandemic. Alright guys, well, I'm getting off here. We're going live for 36 minutes, almost 37 minutes. But yeah, guys, I am done for the day. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the likes on Facebook and YouTube. And yeah, guys, thank you again, because this is actually amazing so far. Not amazing, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But I love doing this. New video tomorrow of The Walking Dead. So anyone who does like The Walking Dead gameplays, Facebook, YouTube, Elliottlives2611. We have 600 some subscribers. We're almost there. We need 700. Let's get it. Alright guys, I'll see y'all guys later on. Peace. Goodbye Facebook. Thank you guys for the follows. Peace out YouTube. Love y'all guys.